What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And today was a very tricky expiry. We opened lower and then we had a lot of profit booking. But then, thanks to HDFC Bank, we saw a sharp recovery. And I think private banks were the star of the day. We also took a trade in CSB Bank. And now, quickly, let's try and break down the watch list that we had created for today. Which I posted yesterday, which I was a little late on, so apologize for that. Meanwhile, if you're someone new on the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment if you like such content, and let's quickly get started. So the first is Davangere Sugar Company. Now, coming out of this base, we had a discussion a lot of times, and I think we've been trading this setup for like a lot of days. Aster DM, after an incoming catalyst of I think a $200 million fund infusion for expansion. I think this was just crazy. I think we had a discussion that there is a gap that could be filled, but it's tricky, and indeed it was tricky. HCC, I think we've been discussing for the last 2 days. HCC up 6% today. Dynamics Cables again. Dynamic Cable also doing really well, creating a VCP and then just moving higher. Policy Bazaar, we had a discussion. So Policy Bazaar was interesting because it only spiked up in the last 15 odd minutes, and for the entire day it was kind of sideways. So I mean, these were the bigger names. Cello is one trade that we took with the community members. We took it live, and I think there are multiple other players which are yet to still perform. Obviously, there were because of the market weakness today, I think there were a few names which didn't really do well as anticipated, so it's okay. Now, coming on to today's list, and the first one on the list is Zomato. I think Zomato is setting up really well, moving out of a base, and I think it has multiple upgrades from brokers. So I think Zomato is going to be interesting. Medicam in Biotech is also another interesting name. Now, this stock has been a beaten down name. We can see the overall chart structure, so this could be a reversal play, but could be quite tricky to trade. So not an A plus for me at the moment. Mass Financial Services, I think it needs another day to get ready, but I think this is also a decent setup. Brigade is interesting. Now, real estate is not that strong, so I'm not really a very big fan of trading real estate, but could be on radar. VIP Industries also, it has been, a stellar performer for the last 3-4 days after a good quarter update. I'm not really a big fan of trading this because of a move already being done. So out of all of these four, I think Zomato has been my favorite pick until now. Now, next is Nuvama, and Nuvama is going to be a banger. I think this could be the star performer of tomorrow. We also have Veto Switchgear, which also looks amazing. So I think Nuvama, Veto, Zomato, all three A+. KPIL not ready, but do keep a watch on this name. Geo Financial Services, a little exhausted, but there could be some action here, so keep a track on this. Again, KPIL, Geofin, not A+. JB Chem Farm, I think this is also very good. Lots of room on the upside to move. Jubilant, I think we've had a discussion about this name multiple times. It's created a base. We spoke about Jubilant over here, spiked up, came back down, and then I think it's ready to create another base and then start moving higher. Now, this is also a very interesting name, Bharat Rasayan. This is coming back to its areas of demand. Again, a weak name, but could be interesting to see how the base plays out. ATGL, I think this is looking crazy. I think one of the Adani Group stocks which is just ready to kind of spike higher, and you can see that there's tons of liquidity for it to take. So I think this is also going to be crazy. NIIT, probably one of my favorites. The reason is it's a fundamentally very strong stock with increased enhanced earnings, and now it's heading up in a very low volume kind of a base. If you see, there was a lot of institutional buying happening in this entire range. So I think this could be a good place for us to take a buy position. So I'm probably going to take it tomorrow. So let's see how it plays out. Now, next up is Divgi Talk Transfer Systems Limited. Also looks amazing. It's a small cap name, so just keep. It's an auto OEM stock, so keep a track on this. Again, I'm not really sure about the liquidity, but keep this on track. Neuron Labs looks good, but I think there's some supply exhaustion which I can see. UNIDT, United Drilling Tools, looks good. Comes back to sweep these lows. Sorry about this. It swept this low, came back over here. Could be interesting to see on how this plays out. Tilaknagar Industries looks absolutely insane. We've seen good action in SDBL, Som Distilleries as well. So could be interesting to watch. Pakka is also an interesting name. Now this again is reacting from a previous order block. comes over here, has been a previous outperformer. So would be interesting to see on how this shapes up. Maybe it takes a day or two to kind of set up, but I think it's going to be good. X-Rail, I'm just removing it because we took a trade, we got out at cost to cost, didn't really see anything. Torrent Power, probably again ready for another another spike up. I think we had informed you about Torrent Power here in one of the previous videos of how it's breaking the range. Now it's again in the same posture, same position. What I like is the volume dry up, so I think everything's perfectly setting up. Network 18 didn't really move, but I'll still keep this on radar because with elections around the corner, I think this could be something interesting to watch. Apart from that, I think nothing really is very interesting. Now I'll just delete two of them, and DB Realty is probably my favorite real estate play. Big move comes back over here. Lots of volume activity over here, which could indicate maybe there's a lot of meat in the move left, and I think this is the supply that I'm going to be aiming for. So until 272, I think we've got a 20-30% upside in DB Realty. So that's the stock that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. So I hope you like my watch list and you've been following the stocks to watch series nicely. And if you do, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really motivates me to keep posting these videos. If you're new here, make sure to like, comment on what you liked, which stocks you traded from the previous day's watch list. And a lot of people were talking to me about HDFC, I think, because I spoke about HDFC, I think, in, I think on 2nd or maybe 1st of April, where we focused on HDFC Bank's this base, and wow, what a beauty, what a move. And today, HDFC Bank ADR is up 7%, so we might even see a 4% move. And we discussed that it could start filling up this gap, and that could be a reality. So again, absolutely phenomenal action. I hope you like this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Take care and bye-bye.